Hey, I'm Ashen and it's Beyond the Game here. That show where we invite some of our cloned friends and talk about the intricacies of a particular game, delving into its mechanics, strategies, and even the psychology behind it. Today, I have a very special guest with us, none other than the conservative psychologist Jordan Peterson.
Thank you, Ashen. It's great to be here.
Slay the Spire is a popular roguelike game where you climb a tower full of enemies and traps, trying to reach the top and slay the heart of the spire. Jordan, could you start by telling us a bit about the game?
Sure thing. Slay the Spire is a deck-building roguelike game that challenges players to climb a spire made up of several levels, each with its own set of monsters and bosses. Players must strategically build their decks, manage their resources, and make decisions on the fly to defeat these enemies and ascend to the next level.
Yes, so in Slay the Spire you get to choose from 4 playable characters. But of course when you unlock them, they sound like a bunch of cool dudes and dudettes. Each character has their own unique set of cards and abilities, so it's easy to find one that resonates with your psyche. I have to admit, I have a soft spot for the silent myself. Can you give us a rundown of each of them? It definitely can be really helpful for viewers who are interested in understanding their own psyche.
Yeah. Exquisite characters, each with their own unique coping mechanisms. The Ironclad is a soldier who probably suffers from PTSD and uses violence to numb his pain. The Silent is a master assassin who has a dissociative identity disorder and switches between different personalities. The Defect is a broken robot who struggles with existential angst and tries to find meaning in chaos. The Watcher is a blind monk who has a bipolar disorder and alternates between calm and wrathful states.
Interesting. As someone who is getting close to their 30s and has lost mental and physical ability to play roguelike games after playing them all these years, I have to say that I am really drawn to this game.
Yeah, Slay the Spire is the best roguelike game for over the age 30 because it respects your time and your sanity. Unlike other roguelike games that make you grind endlessly for a chance to beat the final boss, Slay the Spire lets you enjoy the journey and the strategy of building your deck. You can play at your own pace, pause anytime, and resume later. Slay the Spire is the perfect game for busy adults who want to play roguelikes in the memory of their old days.
So Jordan, let's go deeper and talk about the narrative.
Well, Ashen, the game's plot is fairly simple. It's about your desire to return to your mother's womb. The monsters are your dad's genitalia. It simulates this oceanic feeling in a symbolic way. The tower represents the birth canal, which you have to traverse in order to reach the womb.
Would you explain more about this oceanic feeling?
Of course. According to Freudian psychoanalysis, the womb is the ultimate source of comfort and security for humans. It is where we feel safe, warm, and nourished. The outside world, on the other hand, is full of dangers, uncertainties, and frustrations. Therefore, we develop a longing to go back to the womb, which Freud called the oceanic feeling.
Oh, that's very interesting. I've heard that the heart, the womb, and a clenched fist are all roughly the same size. Would this be meaningful in this context?
Definitely.
What other aspect of the game do you think was overlooked?
I'd like to say this about potions. If you tend to become reliant on using potions, you may need to seek emergency psychiatric assistance. Those potions are pretty much garbage and useless. You probably have several underlying psychological conditions.
Is there anything else?
In the end, I'd like to give a shout out to those OCD friends of ours who are still stuck on the first card selection screen and weighing their options.